Hello, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Marissa. I'm an Akashic Records reader, cosmic guide, light language channeler, and a friend. I'm excited for the messages that want to come through today. I am doing 21 days of light language on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. So check that out. But today we had a galactic remembrance come through, and the energy of the light language that was being channeled was the collective consciousness of all races, star races in our universe. And I guess this is definitely a form of source. This might be, okay, they're showing me that it's kind of similar to like an archangel. You know how there's like, it's source, and then there's a different branch, which people consider the archangels. And then there's like angelic guides, and then there's like other, and humans are somewhere in that diagram, that tree of life. This was very close to source, this consciousness, this collective consciousness that governs basically all star races. And I want to channel more from that specific energy and also see what they have to say for humanity right now. What can we gather from them? What can we what's the highest and best message basically for humanity? So we're going to channel that. But before I get into that, if you haven't already checked out the Earth to Marissa podcast, go for it. It's a spiritual and beautiful podcast where we have real conversations with soulful spiritual leaders for collective expansion. And this past week, Kayla Shanks, energy freak, the professional vibe bringer, came on to talk about cosmic awakenings, light language, channeling, and how she built her channel and learned how to receive messages from galactic beings and other guides and energies in the universe. So if you are moving through a spiritual or cosmic awakening and you are looking to dive deeper and grow your channel, this episode is really good and would be amazing for you. So that's on Spotify and YouTube and probably Apple here soon. Comment below if I should put it on Apple. I just kind of threw it out there to begin with, and now am reassessing where it should be. So let's go ahead and tap back into this collective consciousness. Children of the light, I am here with you fully. I want you to remember and take away the egoic nature that humanity has had, thinking that they are the top, that they are the only ones. And we understand that your race has been influenced by other galactic races and has been subjected to programming and fear and the destruction codes that have brought Earth to the place where it is now. However, we want to bring this remembrance through to fully activate you into the knowing that there is support around you, that you are not alone in the universe, that you are just now awakening fully to your potential. Human dear ones, you are connected to this collective consciousness. You are connected to every single star race in the galaxy. This is what makes humans interesting. This is what makes humans unique. It is that you are made up of so many star races. You are not just one. And this is why you have the important role of bringing the universe into oneness, harmony, frequency. Because you hold all of the DNA from multiple star races, you are able to deeply tap in and tune into oneness consciousness. And by observing and activating each DNA within you, overcoming the struggles or the karmas, if you will, of that DNA, you are transcending the density that those races still hold, and you are helping them all ascend into the light. And the more you can transcend the density, the more all humans, all star races, all galactic beings come into this oneness, unity, frequency, this harmony that brings you closer to Source. It is important at this time that as these different DNA strands within you activate, that you do not then judge the contraction that might occur afterwards. Because when you activate a specific DNA strand within you, you open the access to your being for that specific collective consciousness and race, which then means all the information of that race comes flooding through your being, parts of it, and will then, which those parts carry the density and the high vibrational aspects of that race. And so humans often will feel the density of that race first because it vibrationally matches where humans are at currently. But as humans continue to transcend, you will be able to fully tap into the light frequencies of those races the more you activate those strands and codes within you. To name off a few that are being activated in light: Lyran, Arcturian, Syrian. On the planet right now, humans have transcended a lot of these codes, which is why they are most prominent on your planet. You have transcended a lot of the densities that come through your body when you activate these codes and star race strands. So this is why the Arcturian, Lyrian, Syrian races are so prominent on the planet and are able to do good now on the planet. It is because their frequencies had to come through humans first, and those humans that first experienced those frequencies moved through the densities, and the more those races have come through, okay. I'm gonna just describe what I'm seeing, because the collective consciousness I'm finding is like giving me this message and trying to speak it through me, but is having a hard time. So my human perception is coming in now, and I am going to describe what it is that I'm seeing. So I'm seeing like 80-year-olds, okay, forever ago, the first humans that activated Lyrian, Syrian, Arcturian DNA within them and started tapping into those frequencies, moved through the density of those frequencies. And we experience the density first because that is what humans are most attuned to. Density. The 3D realm is dense, okay? And so then the more people that activated and the more density that was moved and transcended, the easier it was for those frequencies to come through to the human race. Which is why then a lot of people are now experiencing, like, raise your hand if the first being that came to you was Lyrian from Lyra, even Pleiadians, Sirians, Octurians, mine was Octurian. And that is because the density that those frequencies held when they first started coming through on the planet has been fully transmuted and transcended. And so we will be seeing more star races coming through. We will be seeing more star beings and different galactic races coming through in the coming years, because we have been, for a long time, over generations, been transcending the density and moving into the light frequency codes that are available for us through that particular DNA activation. Okay, let me know if that makes sense. Let's tune back in and see if the collective consciousness they're saying thank you. And we want you to know that as more star races enter the planet, enter the human consciousness, that is when disclosure will really be a prominent theme on Earth. It is a prominent theme right now, but it will become even more real and tangible in the next 4 years, because of how much momentum right now is geared for the transcendence of density. And that is why it feels so drastic, chaotic, insane, intense right now. But we want to remind you that you do have access to the light codes. And the more that you can transcend, observe, stay neutral, grow, expand, heal, and love yourself and one another, the more access you will have to those light codes, and the more transcendence you will experience in your reality. We know it is hard for you right now. We know there is a lot going on the planet right now. There is a lot of dense frequencies right now, but it is the mission of the human race to transcend this through oneness. Through standing in oneness with each other, but also bringing oneness to the frequencies and energies, the DNA strands that live within you. That is why humans often have an inner battle occurring. They have this inner war that they feel is occurring between their own energies. You came here to transcend this. You would not have had access to Earth if you were not able to transcend this. We know it is difficult. We know it is hard at this time. But we hold you, and we know, and we want you to know that it is possible. If you are feeling that it is difficult right now, remove yourself from the places that feel difficult. It is as simple as that. You do not need to overcomplicate it or think that it is not possible based on your current matrix. We invite you to drastically change and see what occurs, because there is so much more for you outside of the bounds and the chains that have been held over you for millennia. We love you. We are rooting for you. And there are so many beautiful star races that live within and without of you, that support you. and that are creating and helping to create change on your planet. I'm going to do a little light language to integrate this knowledge. Grounding, grounding, grounding. Bringing harmony. Harmony. Harmony to your body as it receives, processes, and activates your energy. Thank you so much for tuning into today's channeled message. That was really a beautiful message. It was hard for a moment, but we got past that. And I hope you understand. If you have questions, just leave them in the comments. And tell me about your experience. Who came to you first? If you've had communication with galactic beings, I would love to know. Stay tuned for more videos like this. Subscribe, turn on that notification bell, and I will see you soon. Bye for now.